So today I'm going to go over some simple merging techniques. I see a lot of people that are discouraged or maybe don't know where to start when it comes to merging. So I'm going to go over merging with a pressure plate and also foundation merging, and also how to reverse merge. So we're going to start with a pressure plate. So basically place one down, pick it back up, and then hit B. Don't place it, cancel it. And then when it pops back, it'll be activated. You won't need a generator or somebody to stand on it or any of that. So one of the most popular way to use merging is to add items on a shelf. So basically just set the item on top you want on the shelf, pick up the shelf and place it back down about 173 times, and your item will eventually go where it needs to. Now to fill up both shelves, we will need to add another item. So we'll put that one on top and do the same exact thing until they're both sitting on the shelves. So now everything's great, everything's where it needs to be. But if you go too low while you're merging, there's actually a way to fix it instead of scrapping everything and starting over. So now you can see the items are too far down and they're sticking in the shelves. So you can raise these items back up by picking up the shelf and placing it on top of your camp module. Sometimes it's a little tricky to set it up there, but just keep spinning it around and eventually it'll work. And you can see that the items are now lifted back up and we are good to go. So now I'm going to show you how to use two items and reverse merge, which is basically where the item floats off the other one instead of sinks down into it. And all you need to do is once you have your two items, you're just going to set it on top of the camp module. Keep placing the bottom item over and over, and the top one will just continue to float up until whatever height you want. And this is extremely useful because how else would you have a floating Pennywise in your camp? So this is just to kind of show you there are many things you can merge on a pressure plate. Something like this car, which is a fairly large item, you can still merge things inside of it like this bench, and it works exactly the same. Once you start merging, you're going to find every item you can and just start putting things inside other things. And that sounded a lot better in my head. Moving on. So now we've got this car where we've merged the bench into it. And let's set it somewhere scenic. And now we can sit on our car, because that's also extremely useful. Isn't that lovely? So now I'm going to show you how to do foundation merging and also how to reverse merge with the foundations. So all you're going to need is two foundations snapped together and whatever item that you want to sink. So I figured, hey, why not take a moment and let's bury some ghouls. So place whatever items you want, where you want them to sink into the foundation. And then you're going to want to look straight down at the corner of the foundation and pull the foundation straight down. And once you place it, it'll pop back up and the items will sink into the foundation. Sometimes when you do this, it'll turn red and it won't let you place it. That just means you need to change the angle that you're either standing or looking at the foundation. It does take a little bit of getting used to, but once you get it down, look at the beautiful creations you can make. So now let's say we've started feeling bad about burying these ghouls up to their neck in sand. Or you've merged something too far down and you need it to come back up. All you're going to do is grab it the exact same way you did whenever you were sinking it, except this time you're going to lift it up. However high you lift the foundation is how much it's going to lift the item in the air. And now that they've got a little breathing room, I'll show you how to just float items. It's basically what we just did. So all you're going to do is find the item you want to float. In this case, I chose a TV for some reason. A little poltergeist action. So like I said before, you're just going to walk up at an angle. You're going to grab the corner and slowly raise it up. Once you place it, it'll snap back down, but the item will stay in the air. And before you know it, now you've got another very useful item you can use in your camp building. And say you went too high, all you do is you grab the corner and you drag it down. And now it's going to sink it back down. It's that simple. So now I will leave you guys with a couple examples from my last build of these techniques that I used. And I appreciate you guys watching, and I hope it was helpful.